Now, I record on my iPhone quite often, and I'm sick and tired of my storage running out. And I looked all over the internet for like small compatible ways for me to expand my storage without having to pay money for it on the Apple storage and Apple Cloud and all that rubbish, because it just gets out of hand. And I've been looking everywhere for something that's small, compact, fast, and reliable. I think I found it. This little guy is going to save me a fortune. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we're looking at today is an M.2 SSD Enclosure, which allows up to 10 gigabytes transfer speeds and up to a 2 terabyte storage. Now, it does support NVMe Express, 10 gigabit transfer speeds, as well as 2 types of NVMEs. It does support the 2230 as well as the 2242. So let's pretty much get into it. So everything we get in the box, we do get a little magnetic ring. So if your phone doesn't have a mag ring or anything like that, like iPhones or anything like that, you can use that as well. So that's quite handy just to stick it to the back of your device. Now we do have a couple bits of thermal paste, 2 different types of screws, as well as a couple standoffs. We get the 10 gigabit transfer speed cable, so USB Type-C both ends, we'll get them off. Little screwdriver, as well as the case itself, which does look actually quite nice. Magnetic ring on the front there. We do have some ventilation on either sides, and then we do have a USB port on one side as well as another USB port on the other side. Now, I'm not sure why we'd have 2. Let's have a look, see. Why would we have 2? Let's have a look, see. So it says here the instructions: USB Type-C magnetic hub, applications, TV, computer, Wi-Fi router, laptop, and other devices. Insert one end of the USB Type-C port into the product. Connect the other end to the Type-C port on the target device. And then it says just insert the NVMe 2230 or 2242. Then you can start transferring. But it says, let's have a look, see. So that port on the front is the input interface, and the second one is the power demand 100 watt. Okay, that's a bit interesting. So what we're going to do is get the right screws in. So what we need to do is get the right screws here. So what I'm going to do is get this installed, and it's going to be that one. So I need to put a standoff, which is one of these guys. I believe the standoff itself slips into that little groove there. So what I can do is plug that into here. That'll push down, put the standoff through the little gap, get my little screwdriver. A little bit finicky. Or should I say very finicky. Get that lined up there. And get that screwed in, and there you go, it's all screwed in. So that's just a little standoff case. Obviously this is the, I believe it's a 2230, but it can fit up to a 2242, so a 30mm or a 42mm drive, which is quite nice. And I guess we just get the case on. I'm not going to bother with thermal paste or anything, because this is not going to be a long form factor one for me. I do have a different one. I just thought I'd review this guy because it looked quite interesting. Get one of the smaller screws that it comes with. Get that screwed in there. And there we go. What next? Well, I guess we get a phone. Where is Z phone? I have one somewhere. So we are going to be using the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. But the one thing I always complain about was the magnetic part of it at the back. So that does stick on, but it doesn't stick on very well. So what I am going to do is use the little ring it comes with. Peel off one side. I'm going to stick this to the back of my phone. Roughly in the center. So just in the center like that, then that will essentially go on like that. So there's no, that's not going to fall off now. So what I am going to do is plug one side into the device, one side into my phone. That doesn't actually look too bad, to be honest with you. That looks quite cool, actually. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do is go into the phone and, there we go. Sorry, plugged into the wrong one. So you've got to plug it into the one that's got the little LED indicator on the side, as we can see just there. So if we go back over the My Files, there we go, straight away. So we've got USB storage 1. I'll do a little screen recording. So as you can see, files, we've got USB storage 1 there. So we've got that going on there, which is quite nice. So I guess we need to test out this 10 gigabit speed, don't we? So if we go to recent files, I've got some films here that I did about a microphone. So that's so what we are going to do, we are currently on our storage here. I have a MSI Vector 17. I seem to use this for everything now. 2.97 gigabit. So we're going to copy on that. We're going to press copy, internal storage. I'll just put this over to my camera. Copy here. Oh wow, that is actually pretty quick, to be honest with you. So remember, this is nearly a 3 gigabit file, and that's just taken what, 11 seconds? Show in folder. And there it is. Just to make sure there's nothing wrong with it. No, they've definitely transferred the full thing. Why did I think that was going to be more complicated? But there you have it. That is as simple as it gets. Interesting. So there you go, guys. That was the M.2 SSD well, what was it called? The M.2 SSD Enclosure. Now, I've seen loads of these on the internet. I have. There's an absolute ton of companies that sell them out there. This wasn't sponsored or anything. It was just a random purchase. I just wanted to see if I could finally find one that does what it says on the tin, and it does. We went through the transfer speeds. We went through how easy it is to put together. I'm still confused on the matter of fact that there's 2 different power supplies. One might be for data transfer to computers. I'm still not sure. But it works. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and the magnet is freaking strong. So that was the one thing that I was bothered about. Like, I've got... I have these little guys that I use on a day-to-day basis. This plugs directly into USB Type-C. This is more of an M.2 enclosure one, which is where you pop an M.2 enclosure in there. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad. They are good products. They are. They do what they say on the tin, but for someone that wants more of a compact design, maybe someone uses their phone in like a small rig cage, it just gets a bit tedious, and having something like this that just sticks to the back of your phone, you pretty much forget about it. You can record directly to it, transfer directly to it, and there's no messing around. So if you want to go try one out for yourself, please do check the links in the video description. I'll put a few different variants there, including the ones that I've just showed you as well. So go check them out. But by all means, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I love you all.